What is radon and how can it affect the sale of a house? To find the answers to these questions, stick around and let's get real, Lehigh Valley. Hi Lehigh Valley, my name is Tara Roy and I'm a realtor in downtown Easton. Every week I create and post new videos all about real estate and our community right here in this sweet little valley. So if you're a buyer or you're a seller or you're just plain interested in real estate, check out my channel where you'll find lots of useful information and tips. When I'm representing a buyer and we're going over the offer documents, more oftentimes than not, we will take a pause at the inspections portion of the agreement of sale to have a little lesson about radon. A lot of people don't know what it is, and if you're one of them, don't worry, you're not alone, but you're about to get schooled. Radon is an odorless and colorless gas that is created naturally by the decay of uranium in rock and soil. Once the gas is produced, it typically works its way up through the ground and out into the air. Once it's in the atmosphere, it's not going to pose a problem because it dissipates very quickly, and breathing trace amounts of radon gas in the air won't harm you. However, when we build a house and put it on top of the rock and soil, the uranium is still going to do what it does naturally and break down, and the gases are still going to want to come up, and instead of coming up and going out into the air, they're going to come up and get trapped in the house. The gas is actually drawn into the house by the difference in air pressure between the inside of your basement and the soil surrounding the foundation. So the gas gets sucked into your house like a vacuum through the cracks and holes in your foundation. Radon can be found all over the United States. If you look at this map created in 1993 by the Environmental Protection Agency, or the EPA, you will see that all over the US has color. Either yellow, which indicates lower levels of radon, orange, which are medium levels of radon, or red, which indicate higher or above safe levels of radon. Well, Lehigh Valley, guess what? We are in a red hot radon zone. Some like it hot and some sweat when the heat is on. At this point, you might be asking yourself, so what's the big deal? Well, radon is radioactive, and according to the EPA, it is the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States. There are an estimated 21,000 people that die from radon-related lung cancer every year. In fact, only smoking causes more lung cancer-related deaths than radon. The EPA and other organizations have stated, and I quote, "Breathing radon over time increases your risk of lung cancer." And sure, that makes sense because it's a radioactive element, but there doesn't seem to be a defined formula of how much radon needs to be breathed over what period of time and at what rate your risk is increased. It's all a mystery. Scientists just know that radon can cause cancer. And not to make light of it at all, but that statement is almost like saying, flipping through the pages of books over time increases your risk of paper cuts. How many books? How much time? How many pages flipped? We don't know. Same with radon. So, as with everything, there are two sides of the fence. There are people who don't think it's a really big deal because we don't have measurements. But then there's other people that are saying, I don't care if there's measurements. It's radioactive and I don't want it in my house. The great news is that radon can be easily and affordably remediated out of houses. There are several really great radon remediation companies right here in the Lehigh Valley, and I've seen their prices go anywhere from about $800 to $1,200 for a complete radon remediation installation. Because we are in this hot radon belt, buyers, it's important to select the radon inspection when you're going to make an offer on a house. Don't be fooled into thinking that radon only happens in old houses that have cracks in the basement floor. It happens in new houses, old houses, well-sealed houses, drafty houses. It does not discriminate because remember, radon is being produced under the ground and it's coming up, so it doesn't matter what house is on top. So I suggest you test for radon, no matter what kind of house you're purchasing. Testing is easy. During the inspection period, your certified inspector will place a radon test kit in the basement of the home for a 3-day period, and then they'll pick it up for the radon reading. If you're the owner of the house, be respectful of the radon test and keep all doors and windows to the basement closed so the inspector can gather the most accurate reading. Radon is measured in picocuries per liter of air, and the EPA has deemed anything under 4.0 picocuries as safe and not needing to be remediated. If the levels are above 4.0, buyers, you might want to discuss with your realtor about trying to secure a radon remediation system with the seller as part of the negotiations. However, keep in mind, if your reading is a 4.2 and the seller is on the side of the fence that doesn't think radon is a big deal, you're probably not going to get that radon remediation system. A radon remediation specialist will determine what area of the basement is the best place to install the system. Then they will drill a hole in the foundation and install the system, the base of which has a fan that continuously draws air from the soil and exhausts it through a pipe that runs all the way along the side of the house and up over your roof. Because remember, once radon gas hits the air, it dissipates and it's no longer harmful. The point is that once the system is properly installed and the hole is safely sealed back up, the system is removing the radon gas before it even hits your basement floor, therefore keeping the levels very low. There will be a gauge attached to the side of the pipe that's on the inside of the basement so that you can always make sure the levels are under 4.0 picocuries per liter of air. And installation doesn't take very long. It's usually all in a day's work. Super important before we go. Don't let radon scare you or keep you from buying your dream home. It is easily and safely remediated. If you're interested in reading more about radon, I will post a link to the EPA's 35-page Buyer's and Seller's Guide to Radon in the description box below. And of course, if you have any additional questions about radon or buying and selling properties in the Lehigh Valley, please feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help. Well, thanks for watching, Lehigh Valley. See you next time. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe by clicking the button on the bottom right below the video. Also, click the bell to be notified when new video content is released every Tuesday. If you have a real estate topic you'd like to learn more about, drop a note in the comments and I will be sure to answer your questions and perhaps even make a whole video just on your topic. See you next week, Lehigh Valley.